7 signs. Someone is jealous of you. Have you ever had that unsettling feeling when someone close to you says all the right things, but something in their tone makes your stomach twist? That's not your imagination. That's your intuition. Today, we're diving into the raw, unfiltered truth behind jealousy and how it hides in plain sight. But before we go further, make sure you subscribe to Brainy Daily Clips. These videos are designed to expose what others won't say out loud, so you never question your instincts again. Let's get into it. Sarsen, the compliment that isn't really a compliment. They say, "Wow, I could never pull that off, but good for you." It sounds like praise, but it feels like a dig. Because it is. Psychologically, this is called a backhanded compliment, and it comes from deep insecurity. Carl Jung explained that the parts of ourselves we repress don't vanish. They show up in our projections. So when someone envies you, they might praise you, but only if they can smuggle in a bit of poison. This is jealousy wearing a mask, a performance of support that actually serves to recenter them, not you. 2. When encouragement turns into subtle sabotage. They say things like, "I just don't want you to get disappointed. Are you sure this isn't too big of a leap?" It's cloaked in care, but at the root, it's fear. Not for you, of you. They see you rising, and it stirs their unhealed wounds. Because your progress reflects their passivity. Your action reminds them they're stuck. They'll pretend to protect you. But what they're really trying to protect is their ego. True support feels empowering. This feels like emotional quicksand. 3. They're loudest when you're losing and quiet when you win. Ever notice how certain people only show up when things go wrong? They're there to console you, comfort you, be your shoulder to cry on. But when you win, when you shine, they disappear. This is emotional opportunism. Carl Jung called this the shadow self, the part of us that can't bear someone else's light because it reminds us of our own darkness. These people feel safest when you're small, because when you're thriving, they feel threatened, not because you've changed, but because now they have to face everything they're not. 4. Copying you without acknowledging you. They start dressing like you, talking like you, posting like you, even pursuing the same passions as you, but they never say, "You inspired me." Why? Because envy can't say thank you. It can only take. This isn't admiration. It's identity theft with a psychological twist. They want the power you radiate, but they're unwilling to confront what it takes to become that version of themselves. So they replicate, but never credit. And deep down, they resent that they had to copy you to feel powerful at all. If this video is speaking to your reality, don't forget to hit like and share it with someone who needs this wake-up call. 5. You're in a competition you never signed up. For you mention a new hobby, and suddenly they've taken it up too. You post a win, and suddenly they're announcing something bigger. But it's not coincidence. It's comparison fatigue. You're not playing a game, but they are. And their scoreboard is internal. When someone is deeply insecure, your progress doesn't inspire them, it threatens them. So they try to catch up, not for growth, but to prove they're not losing. Carl Jung wrote that people who haven't individuated, who haven't found their true self, will always chase identity through others. You just became the blueprint they're trying to outdo. 6. Humble reminders that feel more like warnings. You've changed. Don't let it get to your head. Remember where you came from. These sound like grounding advice, but often they're veiled attempts to drag you back down to a level that makes them feel better. Growth triggers people who are committed to stagnation. Your evolution is like a mirror they can't look into, so they smash it with words meant to humble you. But that's not humility. That's hostility dressed in nostalgia. They want the version of you that didn't make them feel insecure. Not because they love that version more, but because they could control it. 7. They dim when you enter the room. You can feel it, the shift in energy, the sudden silence, the glance exchanged across the room. You didn't say anything wrong, but your presence, your energy, disrupts something in them. Jealousy doesn't always come with insults or drama. Sometimes it's the way people shrink or stiffen when you speak, the way they dodge your wins in conversation, the way they change the subject when the attention is on you. That's not humility. That's an emotional defense mechanism. Carl Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Jealousy that lives in the unconscious becomes resentment in real time, and if you're perceptive, you'll catch it, without them ever saying a word. Here's the truth. Jealousy is never really about you. It's about someone else's pain, someone else's shame, someone else's shadow, being triggered by your light, and you don't have to shrink because of it. You don't have to explain, justify, or dull your success to make others feel better. You just have to see it clearly and protect your peace. So if any of this felt uncomfortably real, don't gaslight yourself. Don't call it overthinking. Call it what it is: emotional self-defense. If you made it this far, you're not just watching, you're awakening, and that deserves protection. Before you go, subscribe to Brainy Daily Clips and join the growing community of people who refuse to stay blind to what's toxic, hidden, or harmful. Your awareness is your power, and your light deserves to shine, no matter who's uncomfortable. We'll see you in the next one.